Hey folks, I'm RJ Byrne with Phytogen Cottonseed, and today in this field out here we have got a great test plot. What I mean by that is we are in a field, as you can see, it's got some red dirt in it. It has some reniform nematodes in it. The reniform count is actually pretty decently high in this field. Also, we have a nematicide out on this flag here. You can see I've got fumigant telone is out on, on this side over here, and it's not out on this side here. And we got two different varieties out here in this field. We got one that is not reniform nematode resistant, and we got one that is reniform nematode resistant. Now the next cool thing is what we're doing here is we are sampling on a regular basis for nematodes to see how this field progresses throughout the year all the way up to harvest. Why are we doing that? Well, reniform, when they come in, they usually come in pretty thick, and they can be damaging, and you may not notice it because they can be widely distributed down the row, whereas root knots are typically pockets. Reniforms, because they repopulate so fast, they can go down the row, and you may not always notice it. Now, since this is an irrigated field, that can also mask some of the symptoms because the cotton may not be as drought stressed if it was on a dry land field. However, you still can get a yield loss, all right? Now the good thing is, with the phytogen breeding traits of reniform resistance, once you plant that variety, it's basically not a host plant for reniform. So they don't breed, they don't feed, etc. And at the end of the season, we don't see those levels creep back up, even like you would see with something that you use a nematicide with, okay? So the good news is we're going to help drive those populations down. Since we also have a variety out here that does not have reniform resistance, we will be able to test that variety as well too when we're pulling samples to see how it performs with and without telone, also kind of as a check against our reniform resistant variety too. Great plot here. We've actually got another plot with another nematicide, same setup as well too. I'm excited about it. We've actually pulled soil maps on here, so we're pulling samples by the soil profiles. So we're making sure we're staying in the same soil type here as well too in this field as well. Now, when it comes to harvest, we'll have the numbers, but as we go through the season, I'll post more updates how this cotton looks here. We may not see any difference throughout the whole season, except when it comes to yield and fiber quality. However, we may see some difference in plant height. If you have a very bad case of nematodes, whether it's root knot nematodes or reniform nematodes, once you plant a phytogen variety with that breeding trait of nematode resistance, if the switch is on, it's on all season, and you will actually see those plants get a stalk, get a stand where you've had problems in the past. The good news here is, and listen to me, this is key, very key, we are not bringing forth a variety that has these wonderful traits unless it also has the high yield to go with it. So, in the past, 10, 15 years ago, a lot of growers, they had a hot spot in a field. They thought, oh, I need to plant a nematode resistant variety. They plant the variety. Oh, it does okay, but if I use something like telone, I can use a high performing variety and telone, and I make better yields, okay? Well, the good news is you can do that now with a phytogen variety and get the nematode reduction characteristics that you will when you plant a nematode resistant variety. Big change. So got to think outside the box here on this one with me. Stay tuned. We're going to see how this goes this year. We got our flag set up. You can see way out in the field there, I got one of my zones set up there that we're doing our sampling in to compare a telone treated versus non-telone treated with our nematode resistance. Hey, I'm looking forward to it this year. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm RJ with RJ's Ag News. Take care.